You are supporting a system of discriminatory policing and racial profiling. Understand that. Black Lives Matter is not anti-police. We are anti-discriminatorily being policed. We are anti-being profiled. Understand that. Black Lives Matter advocates for the justice to be served when injustices are done against people of color. That's why we say Black Lives Matter. When you say Blue Lives Matter, you're pretending you guys have the same, hello? You're pretending that you're subjected to the same threats, and you're honestly not. By default, if a police officer is harmed, is killed, or is attacked, the punishment is already magnified. But at the same time, when people of color are attacked or killed, the punishments are minimized. And if you don't believe me, we can talk about George Floyd and just flip it around. Let there be 4 citizens of any color, 4 citizens of any creed on one police officer, and they kill him. Justice will be served swiftly. That part's not about black or white. So when you say Blue Lives Matter, yes, blue lives do matter, but please understand, every time you tell us Blue Lives Matter, we are painfully aware that Blue Lives Matter. To my officers, you were made aware of the risks of being blue. You chose to be blue. You trained to be blue. And you're compensated for being blue. And after 20 or so years, you get to retire from being blue. There should be no risks in being black. Although we are unapologetically and proud to be black, we didn't choose to be black. We shouldn't have to be trained to be black. You have no idea how we have to prepare ourselves each and every day to not be threatening by default. And we certainly aren't compensated for being black, at least not properly. All right, let's talk about it. And after 20 years, we're lucky to be alive, let alone able to retire. So yes, when you say Blue Lives Matter, we're aware of that. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
White Lives Matter. This is my piece right here. White Lives Matter is an activist group that was created in response to Black Lives Matter. Imagine that for a minute. Imagine a victim of any cause having the victimizers organizing a protest anti that. Okay? So White Lives Matter was organized in response to Black Lives Matter. Yes, white lives, hello? Yes, white lives do matter. And that's very evident in the privileges that you have being born white. Now, just like we didn't choose to be born black, you didn't choose to be born white, but you're afforded a lot more opportunities, a lot more perks with your skin. And that's not by no fault of your own. We're talking about things like social inheritance. Well, your father's so-and-so, so, you know, I'll look out for you too. Your great-grandfather was so-and-so, we'll take care of you too. We're talking about generational wealth. We're talking about home ownership, suburbanization, and other environmental racisms. We're talking about the disparity in the wage gaps in employment and economics. We're talking about the racial disparity between, you know, students of color and students of non-color. We're talking about all the institutions that America built on the idea that being black was subhuman. So when you tell us white lives matter, duh. When have it ever not mattered? Let's not forget though, let's not forget the white Mayo Club. And you guys all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, and this is not a black or a white thing, but this is a healthy, white, Christian, heterosexual male, which typifies America, who unjustly hold the imbalance of power against people of other races and genders. Women are subjected to that too, of any color. Let's get rid of that. The boys' club's gotta go. The boys' club's gotta go. When you say white lives matter in response to Black Lives Matter, you're reminding people of color of the systematic racism that built America and of the systematic oppression that currently still exists in America. But Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Last one. All lives matter. No, that's not for you, that's for me. Because I'm glad you said that, because ready? If all lives mattered, would you have to say blue lives matter? No. If all lives matter, would you have to say white lives matter?
No.
So if all lives matter, y'all get it now, right? Y'all get it now? Yeah, y'all get it now. All lives matter is a slogan that came to be associated with the criticism of Black Lives Matter, another counter response to being victimized. All lives matter reflects a view of racial dismissal, ignoring, and denial. All lives matters implies that all lives are equally at risk. Come on now. Come on now. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All lives matter. All lives matter implies that all lives are equally at risk. Black lives mattering doesn't mean your life isn't important. We are not a hate group. We are not trying to elevate ourselves above you. Our Black lives mattering doesn't mean your life isn't important. It just means that Black lives are historically seen as invaluable within the context of white supremacy. And that is not okay. White people, as much as we appreciate your presence here, you yourselves will never truly be free until all people are free. You want your liberation? Give us ours. You want your life to really matter? Let our lives matter. Changing Black Lives Matter to All Lives Matter is a demonstration of how structural racism works in America and how much is just misunderstood. The phrase Black Lives Matter, again, doesn't suggest that no one else's lives matter. It means there's a specific problem happening within and around Black communities, which is what we're trying to address in the first place. You don't have those problems in your community. That's why you don't have to say all lives matter. You with me? All right, just making sure. I'm losing some eyes here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you truly believe that Black Lives Matter, put your hand up in solidarity with us. And we want to thank you guys for marching with us today forward in the face of hate, pushing through to a true to a true community of peace, love, and positivity. Thank you guys. Black Lives Matter.